King Kong in the trunk.
I'm back. Road Rants on one of our favorite topics ever, Rian Johnson. Okay, very interesting little article came out today. J.J. Abrams' editors have come out and thrown Rian Johnson under that good old bus. But not about The Rise of Skywalker. More so about The Last Jedi connecting and following through with what The Force Awakens actually set up for this trilogy. This is from CBR. Two editors close to the Disney Star Wars trilogy have spoken out against Rian Johnson's Star Wars The Last Jedi, claiming the 2017 movie was designed to, quote, undo the franchise's arc. Editors Mary Ann Brandon and Mary Jo Markey were guests on the Mission Impossible-centric Light the Fuse podcast, where they offered thoughts on Johnson's The Last Jedi. Quote, it was a different take on the Star Wars saga, Brandon said. To Ryan's credit, he stuck with what he wanted to do, and he wanted to deconstruct the film and go in a different direction. I know it's controversial, but isn't that good? Markey added, it's very strange to have the second film so consciously undo the storytelling of the first film. I'm sorry, that's what it felt like. I don't even feel like that's true about the third film. It took where the second film ended and tried to tell a story. I didn't feel like it was consciously trying to. It didn't feel that way. In other words, consciously trying to tell a story coming off of The Force Awakens. And he goes on to talk about how some fans hate The Last Jedi, blah, blah, blah. Guys, what you're doing now is, and we knew as time went on, we would find out. Now, Chris Terrio, he ain't got much of a leg to stand on because he's so involved in that shit show known as The Rise of Skywalker. But look, the reason I have always on this channel put the onus of the blame on Rian Johnson is because without a shadow of a doubt, J.J. Abrams set up one of the easiest sequels in the history of the planet Earth. He set up these mystery boxes. All you had to do was come in and open the fuckers up. And for Rey to follow a normal movie character's fucking hero's arc. Rian Johnson, Carrie Hart, and Kathleen Kennedy threw that out the window. These editors just told you they made a conscious decision to scrap The Force Awakens. Okay? They knowingly scrapped the first film of the trilogy. Imagine that. You've got a franchise you just bought for $4 billion. The second film, which in my opinion, generally speaking, in these trilogies, is the most important film. Because it is your character interaction, character building pivot point of the trilogy. Okay, it's when the progression of new characters, Rey, Poe, Finn, it's where their progression should be shown. Okay? In other words, this is the movie where they build what's going to lead into the trilogy, into the final film of the trilogy. What is their character? What defines their character? Rey, they could not let Rey fail. They just couldn't do it, and she needed to fail in this movie. Rey needed to fall on her ass in this movie. She needed to train. Look, JJ tried to train her and show failure and all that stuff in The Rise of Skywalker, but it was too little too late. The middle film is where you see that. Remember Anakin in Attack of the Clones? And look, Attack of the Clones has got problems. But it did a good job with the story of showing the progression of Anakin's character, where it was going to lead, his failure. Remember his temper because of his mother dying, the Sand People, the dark side, guiding him at that point. Sort of, he lost his temper, killed all the Sand People. Confrontation with Dooku. Anakin's powerful, but he loses. Okay? Rey didn't have that. Luke Skywalker, The Empire Strikes Back, starts the film off with a failure. The Wampa kicked his ass. Almost killed him. He comes out of that. Obi-Wan had told him, you need to go train with Yoda. He starts his training. He's going through his training. He realizes his friends are in trouble. He goes off. Yoda warns him, if you leave, you may fall on your ass and there ain't shit we can do about it. Luke fell on his ass, but look at the progression. We found out he was the son of Vader. Luke loses a hand. Luke has to jump off of a damn platform and have Lando, Chewie, and Leia come get him as he's hanging off the bottom of the Bespin Tower. Character progression. This is character development. This is the agony of the character. This is, look, a good hero's arc has failure. The reason being, so you can see the rise of the hero in the third film. Remember Luke walking in? Black cloak, Return of the Jedi at the beginning, and you realized as the Gamorrean guard was, as Luke was doing the force choke, you realized right there, oh shit, Luke's progressed into a badass, and Rian Johnson threw all of that out. Okay, all of it. He made Poe a complete buffoon that had no character progression. It became an identity politics filled nightmare. It became a poster for feminist women hear me roar, men suck it for 2.5 hours. It had awful comedy in it. It was just a terrible movie, and it did not follow through with anything that was set up from the first film. And if you're a Star Wars fan, and I know you guys exist that love this trilogy, these editors are telling you that's exactly what happened. The editors of The Force Awakens are telling you The Last Jedi threw out everything from The Force Awakens. Which means, and I've been trying to tell people this, which means they have heard J.J. Abrams say this. We all knew that, but you know, J.J.'s been politically correct in the media because he plays the Hollywood game. But if his editors know it, look, the director and the editors work pretty closely together. They know J.J. thought that second movie was a shit show. And whether you like The Force Awakens or not, it set up things for the second film. The second film would have been so easy to have made. You could have made a run-of-the-mill hero's arc sequel. And it's possible this trilogy would have been good. It is. I mean, you killed the villain in the second movie. You killed Luke Skywalker after destroying his character in the second movie. Rey just kept winning. Hashtag winning, Rey. We got to the third film, and you know what that causes? It causes us to not give a fuck about Rey. We don't give a fuck about Rey. And that's part of the failure of the trilogy is you've got a hero. Look, it's got not a goddamn thing to do with her being female. It's got to do with the fact that she sucks. She's a poorly developed hero. Her hero's arc sucked because she succeeded at every turn. Why do you think we rooted for Rocky? Rocky got the shit kicked out of him. So as he learned and he built character and he worked, when Rocky would come back and win, we loved it. God, heroes arc, that's what's weird about this trilogy. $1 billion franchise. A hero's arc is something most of all of us know what it is, what it's about, and they couldn't get it right. It's about introduction. It's about training. It's about failure. And then it's about redemption after failure. And Rey did not have that. And in turn, yeah, most prequel and original trilogy fans hate her because we just witnessed Anakin and Luke. We witnessed exactly how it's supposed to be done. Tell me what you think, Rhodes Squadron. Yeah, I went on a rant about this goddamn trilogy again. But hey, when the editors of The Force Awakens say, yeah, Ryan threw everything out. Sure did. Yeah, I'm going to make a video about that. You can believe it. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
King Kong in a truck.